now, live, 3 miles apart on the Lawrence corridor, it's
Semi-regular
regular
Sundays.
Thank goodness, do we have a show for you tonight? Our special guests are the music of Rachael Gold, plus Melissa McGillicuddy, Adam Leong, Brian Fong, and Patrick Hasty. And now, stay put for technical difficulties. Flower Shop Bangers.
Woohoo!
Good evening, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Stuart?
I would say I'm okay. This is probably an unusual point of view for everyone tonight.
It is a little interesting. My camera is very out of focus right now. I'm trying to figure out why.
We're having a little bit of a Murphy's Law sort of evening. This kind of wrecks this one bit that I was going to do in our show tonight, but I can save it until Wednesday. It's not that piping hot relevant. But nevertheless, thank you to everyone who's tuning in, and we apologize for the 5-minute delay. So the Wi-Fi has crapped out in my apartment, and we're still trying to figure out what the issue is. It could be possible that it's just there's like the Wi-Fi signals are very crowded in my neighborhood. So I'm just using data on my phone. So I'm basically standing against the blank wall in my bedroom. Hopefully I'll be able to get back onto my laptop momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
And like Dan said before, we're having issues with the focus on his camera. But in any case, fingers crossed, we do have an excellent show for you this evening. Dan, if you could tell us a little bit about some of the small businesses and fundraisers that we're supporting.
Yeah, sure. So I thought I would tell everyone about some of the things. You will see them in the description as well as in a banner that is down below on the stream. They are some small businesses and campaigns that we are just kind of reaching out, think that these are things that deserve your money. One is a GoFundMe organized by the comedian Chris Redd. Chris Redd is raising money to try and help people who were part of Black Lives Matter's protests. If they happen to contract COVID at the protest, he wants to try to help cover their medical funds. You can find a link to that in the description. Sorry if people hear that siren. Second, there is second, there is Shakers on Clark. Shakers on Clark is the bar that Stuart and I usually would produce this show at, right in the Wrigleyville neighborhood of Chicago. They are currently open in limited capacity, like a lot of bars and restaurants in Chicago are. So unfortunately, they cannot make, their full, they cannot make money as much as they used to, as well as they cannot staff their bar. They cannot give their bar staff as much, as many hours as they usually did. So this GoFundMe is to try to provide tips for their bar staff if you happen to be drinking a drink at home, maybe a beer or a Long Island iced tea. You never know. Maybe you made yourself one. They usually have a list of like 20 different flavors of Long Island iced tea at Shakers. And if you happen to have made yourself one because that's how you like to enjoy the Flower Shop Bangers, then maybe throw a donation their way. Third, there is the gym. Not the gym, but there is a gym called Bodi Shak. Bodi Shak is a gym. It is in Uptown. In Uptown in Chicago. It's a Black-owned gym. Really great spot that offers a lot of great classes, fitness classes. I go there. I was actually there this morning, and yeah, so I just think they're a really great one. You can find in the description a link to their website as well as their GoFundMe. Last and certainly not least, there is the coffee shop First Sip Cafe. First Sip Cafe is a coffee and tea shop in I was on Asia and Argyle, which is a little strip in Chicago that has a lot of great Vietnamese spots. Yeah, I have a link in the description to buy gift cards there. I would also say that if you yourself are like not really tied to any of these local businesses, because these are all businesses that are local to me, you should go out and support your own local businesses. I'm sure there is some place that you don't want to see go under because of a global pandemic. Thank you. Back to you, Stuart.
Thank you so much, Dan. So just to add on to kind of the Murphy's Law atmosphere of tonight's show, normally when we message all of our acts 3 or 4 days before the actual show, we tend to put down a tentative running order of when all the acts performing. And we had a number of changes that we had to make to the show. So I felt like I was pestering all of our performers with all the changes that we had to make. We had one comedian who had to back out because she didn't realize she was double booked. I tried to find a replacement. I ended up finding two replacements. Two. Sorry, I gotta make sure that I'm zoomed out on this camera here. Now, the other issue that we had, and this is technically my fault, is that I screwed up the first name of one of our performers. I put on the event that we were going to have comedian Alex Leong in the show. Alex Leong is a jazz musician based here in Chicago. I meant to promote it with New York-based comedian Adam Leong. And because I remember Alex had removed himself from the chat, and I couldn't understand why. And then I realized that I've been communicating with an Adam Leong. So I had to make sure that I had the right name. I had to find Adam on Facebook so he'd be part of this message group that we had that has all the pertinent information for all of our performers on Zoom tonight. Also, so just to make sure that I didn't screw this up again, I made this handy dandy chart basically explaining the difference between Alex and Adam Leong. If you can see it right here, this is the difference between Alex Leong and Adam Leong. To my understanding, Alex Leong has been playing jazz trombone in Chicago for about 20 years. Has released a number of albums. To my understanding, an extremely gifted musician, composer, and I have to absolutely give credit to him. And Alex, if you are watching, and I do apologize for pestering you Wednesday night. Adam Leong, however, is a really phenomenal comedian who's based out of New York City and is the last remnant of the theme show that we had planned on doing tonight that we ended up scuttling. See, more Murphy's Law. We were supposed to do an all I-55 show for our 55th show, but then we had to cancel a show before that, and then I couldn't find any other comics from St. Louis. So it basically became, so we ended up scuttling our all St. Louis I-55 whatever show. Nevertheless, we do have an excellent show for you this evening. Of course, it will be closed by your hosts and producers, Flower Shop Bangers.
Woo!
Immediately preceding Flower Shop Bangers, we have the comedy stylings of Rachael Gold.
Woo!
Right before Rachel, in California, we have Melissa McGillicuddy.
Woo!
Right before Melissa, we have Adam Leong.
Woo!
Just making sure that we have the right guy here. Because I'm going to damn myself if I keep accidentally calling him Alex. It's Adam, like the book of Genesis. Right before Adam Leong, we have Brian Min Trong.
Woo!
And now leading us off this evening is a comedian that we first had in our remote show, I want to say in late April. So it's been about almost 6 months since we last had him. We first met this comedian at a show called The Shithole. Yes, that's the name of the show, The Shithole, in 2014 or 15. It is a pleasure to welcome back to our show, Patrick Hasty.
Oh, golly. Boy, look at that. Hey, guys. Thank you. I get. What if I just started fucking singing and it ruled and none of you guys knew it? You're all like, who's this asshole? I just built out whatever that song was and it was great. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. Daniel, Stuart, and thanks for having me. It's great to be back. This was, I was saying this in I don't know if you guys know, viewers, I don't know if you guys know if you're a part of showbiz or not, but there's a green room that we all hang out in. It's a Zoom room before the show goes live. And we were all talking and I let it out to everyone that I suck at these things. I'm great at stand-up. I've been doing stand-up for a decade, until March I stopped suddenly. I don't remember what happened, but and so now it's like a lot of this kind, Zoom stuff. And I connect, I do crowd work and, I don't want to write jokes, I like to talk about growing up on a farm. I'm from Iowa. Most of you probably guessed that the second you saw my dumb fucking face, right? That's my look is Iowan, Hey, Brian, where are you from? Oh, he's muted. How do I unmute all these fuckers? Can I do that? Hold on, I'm going to try something here. No, I can't. Brian.
I muted myself.
Hell yeah. Look at that, man. We're fucking doing it. Everybody on mute. This is a goddamn round table. It's like Paul Provenza's old show, The Green Room. That's the second time I've said green room, by the way, since I started this set. Brian, where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from LA.
Los Angeles, California. Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
Los Angeles,
God's country.
California.
I love it. That's good. Melissa, where are you from?
I'm in Sacramento, California.
Sacramento. Ooh, cool. Northern and Southern rivalry. That's fun. You guys come up and do a Sklar Brothers thing, but you hate each other and you're, zooming. That's fun. Sacramento, Sac City, huh? That's cool. You like Lady Bird? Do you see that movie?
I did not care for the Ladybird, no.
Really? Oh, I loved it. Me and Lady Bird graduated high school the same. Well, the character. So like I kind of got a lot of the references that she was talking about. I don't know about the coming of age story. Like, Aunt Jackie wasn't my mom or anything, so I don't really get that part. But that's pretty great. Sacramento, cool. Sacramento, Los Angeles. Now, Adam, I got a lot of questions for you. Actually, this is fantastic. What was it like when you did that No Doubt tribute? Don't Speak, a No Doubt tribute, where you played trombone, keyboards, rock, ska, touring accompaniment with your trombone. What was that like, buddy?
It was just so much to do, and just so little time to learn everything, get all the music together. I did not sleep for 3 months.
Yeah, you feel like you're walking in a spider web. I get it, buddy. That's fun. Would it be great if I was a huge fan of that trombone guy and I was so stoked, like I was nervous because tonight I had to do a Zoom show with him and then find out it's just a comic that like is not going to play trombone. Is anybody a huge trombone fan? Is that a thing that even happens,
How do you know I don't play trombone?
Hey, maybe you do. Maybe we all do. Nobody's ever fucking tried. The only trombone player ever is the guy from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and then this Alex Leong guy, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones ruled. Do you guys remember them? They were a band.
I love those guys.
Fucking Lady Bird would have remembered them. Yeah, she was my age. Let's see. I'm going to do jokes for a minute and then I'll probably fail and come back to asking you guys questions. Wait, Adam, where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri. So
St. Louis.
I'm pretty much enemies with Daniel and Stuart.
Yeah, God's country. I like that. That's really cool. I really like St. Louis. I've been there a handful of times. It's really weird. I've toured a lot, and you go to back in the day, back before the world ended, and I would tour, and I'd always go to places. But in St. Louis, I've only ever done this one house show, but it always was really fun. But it's so like you go to St. Louis, and my experience with St. Louis is the Arch. And then Justin's living room, and that's fucking the whole place for me, Like you do theaters, other places, and then here it's just like it's a pretty good living room, I can try to see if I can get you booked there when everything gets back together. That's great. My dog's coughing. It's exciting. He's alive. He's not in a coffin. He's just, arf, arf, arf. Okay, I'm gonna do jokes now. How are we? Feeling good? This is my whole energy, by the way. This whole thing is that's what I do like about this is if I'm talking to you guys. It makes me feel like I am on stage because usually I'm on stage and I'm like, what the fuck is up with that guy? How'd they mess up and get here tonight? What mistake led them to this corner bar? All right, I'm going to talk about cum for a minute. The thing I said cum with a C. There's a thing on the internet. I thought I came up with this and then I found out I didn't, but I think it's really fun to tell people that cum is white pee, because I think it's fun to like pretend that that's how you think the human body works. But then I saw other people had that thought too. So I was like, well, that's not original. You got to be original, like Burr said on fucking SNL or whatever. And so then I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll say this gonorrhea. It's the other white pee. And I was like, that's fun, right? Like that's like a cool, I don't know. That's so gross and dirty for a bunch of people I don't know at all, but it's silly, right? It's just, I'm not a bad guy. Who knows? We don't know each other. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? At the top, Stuart. Daniel, you were saying the show is sponsored by a gym, right? Or you shouted out a gym.
Yeah, I give them a shout out. That's
great. You guys go to gyms? Brian, you go to the gym?
I used to.
Yeah. A buddy of mine, this was back, of course, but he was like, I have to find a new gym. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you went to the gym. He's like, yeah, I go a couple times a week. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I go to the gym too. And then I started thinking about it. And I realized that I haven't been to the gym in so long that when I Googled that gym, it burned down 13 years ago. I was like, oh, I guess I can take that thing off my keychain now, right? Like, I don't need that no more. But in my head, like, if you would have asked me 15 minutes before, you're like, do you go to the gym? I'd be like, yeah. The one down on North Dakota in Ames, Iowa, the place I went to college and haven't lived for 15 years. It's pretty dumb. I don't do nothing, man. How is the Adam? You look fit. Were you fit when this whole thing started?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I just try to stay fit.
Sure. When this thing started, I don't work out, obviously, ever since that Planet Fitness burned down, but I like to I try to do things to stay healthy-ish or whatever. And so I give up sugar. I like to give up stuff. Like I don't eat meat, I don't drink booze or anything like that. And I gave up sugar in January 1st. And so I was like, I'm just not gonna eat sugar this year. And if it's in fruit, that's fine, but I'm not gonna have a candy bar or a snack or anything. And then that was my plan until the third week of March when everything shut down. And I was like, whoa, so I'm just going to be hanging out in my apartment with my wife all day, also still not eating sugar as people are like getting sick in the world. And so like the second week of April, I started eating sugar again. And now that's all I do is just eat sugar. I started doing this thing where I wake up in the middle of the night and I just go eat half a jar of peanut butter every night. And it's too much peanut butter, but it makes me feel safe. And right now, like a whole lot of right now is just making yourself feel safe. You know what I mean? So I've been having a lot of peanut butter and sugars now, and it just sucks. I hate not feeling, because I'm old. I'm 35. Me and Ladybird, we're the same age. And I just feel like I'm not being healthy. I'm not living right. And I don't know. I keep thinking of that. And I'm trying to figure out a way to be healthy when I live in a 900 square foot apartment. You know what I mean? It's almost impossible. Let me see. I want to say this. This whole COVID, I don't know. It's wrecked all of our minds, and I hate talking about it, but it's kind of the only thing to talk about when I'm thinking of this stuff. But I've noticed this trend because I'm watching a lot of sports. I'm watching a lot of like basketball and stuff like that. And so I'm seeing these like commercials, which I hadn't seen for years. And there's a trend happening right now in commercials that is, because like at first, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like they started adapting to COVID and they'd be like, hey, we're all coming together, and it's like, yeah, okay, Principal or whatever the fuck. Okay, Wells Fargo. Thanks, man. But there's this new trend where they're like, they're like a victory lap, these commercials. They're like, hey, we really went through some shit, huh? And it's like, what are you talking about? They're like, hey, we all banded together and got through it. I was like, what do you mean? 300 people died in Iowa yesterday. What are you talking about? And it just makes me feel like standing on the deck of the Titanic and being like, well, we got to New York, but you're still sitting on the bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it feels like. It's like drunk driving and then going off a cliff and then slowly pouring your beer out and being like, never again, Oh, God, I don't know. Is that fun? Is everybody goddamn bummed now? What did that do? How much, honestly, Melissa, what would you think if right now Alex Leong just walked into camera and fucking started playing trombone? Turns out he's my roommate. And
I would be down. Let's do it.
That's why he left the Facebook message, because I was already relaying all the information to him. Oh, that would rule. Golly, I don't know. Sorry, I swallowed an ice cube. Classic stand-up mistake. I think this would be funny. I was trying to think of a funny, how weird it would be if you could go back in time and talk to your past self. Like, not like old time, but like if I go back to December and find Patrick in the middle of December and just be like, buddy, you try to prep him for what's going to happen. It's fucked up that the first thing I would say before I got into any of the COVID stuff, I'd be like, you're going to not like the new Star Wars movie, because I think that's the thing that like he would really have to deal with more, be like, you're excited. I know, but it's not going to do it. Also, and then also imagine having that conversation with your past self, and being like, listen, I know this is unbelievable. I'm coming from 9 months in the future, but all of this has happened, and you explain it all, and then your past self would be like, oh shit, well, what do I do? Should I tell somebody? Can I tell like the governor or the president? And then you got to be like, no. They don't give a shit. None of that matters, like there's no way to play. I don't know. I thought that was going to be funny, but now I'm seeing it. Maybe it just seems dark. You know what I mean? I miss open mics where I could say this to some drunk 19-year-old and they're like, mm-mm. And you're like, yeah, I'll save that a little more, God. Okay. Well, I'm going to do one more thing I know is a joke, and then I'll get out of here. By the way, I love you all. Adam, Melissa, Brian, Stuart, Daniel, we're all best friends now. I hope we buy some sort of a house together when this all gets over,
Real
still
estate's gonna be cheap. Cheap ass real estate. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We all still do Zoom shows together in the house, just to remember what was, I'll tell you this. I'm married. Are any of you guys married? Oh, fuck, nope. There's time, that's cool. You can figure it out. I'm married. I live with my wife, but we argue sometimes. We'll fight sometimes. And it's, if you're in a relationship, it happens. And one time we were arguing and, nothing serious, but we were like back and forth and it got late. It was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You guys get how time works. And eventually it was late. We had to go to sleep. And they tell you when you get married, everybody's going to tell you, never go to bed angry, but that's the best time to get rest. You know what I mean? Like Adam, you just fucking saw logs and then wake up and live to fight another day. And so that was so we fought all night and then we went to bed. And here's the thing, you can't really tell on this because I accidentally blotched out my skin or whatever, but I got bad skin. So I get like rashes sometimes. And so I woke up the next morning and I had a rash all over my face, right? But I didn't know I had this rash all over my face because I was sleeping and I woke up. And so the first thing my wife said to me that morning after an entire night of fighting the night before was, "Hey, what's wrong with your face?" But I didn't know about the rash. I thought we were just back in the fight. So then I just go, "What the fuck is wrong with your face, Stacy?" And then she's like, "No, you got a rash." And I'm like, "God damn it, honey, I love you so much. You know what, lady? We will watch Lady Bird. Let's fucking do it. Let's pop it in and see what it's all about, And then I loved it. Hey, guys, that's all the stand-up comedy I'm going to do tonight. I hope you all had a goddamn blast. Adam, Melissa, Brian, Stuart, Daniel, back to you.
Woo! Woo-hoo.
Patrick Hasty, everybody.
Yeah.
And hey, my laptop and my Wi-Fi are working. Huzzah!
Yay.
Huzzah!
Hell yeah.
It's a Zoom show miracle.
Yes, exactly. It's a
Also-
Columbus Day weekend, Indigenous Peoples Day weekend miracle. Excellent.
Also, right when I typed in Microsoft LifeCam Focus into Google, my webcam focused. It was
That's all you got to do.
Hey,
New.
Mine.
anything can possibly go wrong will go wrong at semi-regular Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you again, Patrick. We have Brian on deck. Before we get to Brian, this is now what we're about to do next is basically like essentially crowd work in the year 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Dan and I have tried to interact with our audience on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, but especially Facebook Live, just to see if anyone who's tuning in is looking for a shout out or if they have any questions, comments, maybe like some helpful hints, if you want to, clean up like a stain in your rug or something like that. It's the type of thing that we look forward to because we love interacting with our audience, and hopefully those audience become fans and they keep tuning in. After all, we have been doing this for almost 7 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So Dan, give us the good news. Who is tuning in tonight?
Sure. I thought I'd give a couple shout outs to some people that I see watching. One is Larry Grachowski. Larry has the show, The Gentleman Grachowski, and it's a really great show that Stuart and I were actually just recorded for yesterday. So we're going to be on an upcoming episode of his show. Another one is a teammate of Stuart and mine. Mitch Kessler is watching. Thank you for watching, Mitch. I thought I'd also give a shout out to an unknown person who did like the YouTube stream. Unfortunately, I don't know who they are because I only know who they are if they leave a comment on YouTube, unfortunately. But I thought I'd give you a shout out anyway. So thank you for liking the YouTube stream, stranger. Back to you, Stuart.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we appreciate your watching YouTube stream. Again, we're open to constructive criticism as well. We always feel like we have room for improvement. With that said, after our next comic, Dan and I have a very special announcement to make. I was teasing this at around 6 o'clock this evening. So please stay tuned. Before we get to Brian, though, one more piece of business. When Dan and I moved our show to Shakers on Clark in Lakeview in July 2018, we began a 2-man campaign to save Chicago barprov. So for the unfamiliar, barprov was basically improv in a bar. It's a portmanteau. A fancy word for mashing 2 words together. Basically an opportunity to do improv in a bar, but not limited to improv. You could have stand-up, you could have solo sketch, you could just whatever you're working on, but basically essentially free entertainment in a bar. And there used to be barprov shows all over the north side of Chicago in the early and mid 2010s. Dan and I cut our teeth at the Underground Lounge, but there also used to be shows at like A.J. Hudson's, Mullins, Crocodile Lounge, the Horseshoe, just scattered throughout the city. And one by one, these shows were starting to get canceled. These bars started going out of business, or people just moved in a different direction. So when Dan and I relaunched our show in July 2018 in this new space, in this wonderful, wonderful space, Shakers on Clark, I think there was us and like one other show, and I think it was at the Holiday Club. So all of this litany of barprov shows, and it was basically down to 2. So we've kind of made ourselves that tent pole for Chicago barprov, the notion of getting to see free comedy anywhere, but most notably in a bar. As an incentive for Saving Chicago Barprov, Dan and I have set up this improv tip jar. Yes, there is cash inside this tip jar. This tip jar is basically our means of trying to support the community. And now I'm not expecting anyone to walk up to my apartment and throw money in the tip jar. Dan is not expecting anyone to walk up to his apartment and throw money at his apartment or anything. So we're asking you to donate virtually. My Venmo and Dan's Venmo should be above me on the in the black letter box above me. And if you can, please send us donations to help save Chicago Barprov. Now, obviously, this is the improv tip jar, which means all of the proceeds that we make tonight will be split 7 ways. That means all of our performers will get their piece of the pie in the improv tip jar. At the moment, our tip jar has $8.05, which means all of our performers tonight are going home with $1.30.
Yes. All right.
All right. So please keep the money coming. We did not tell any of our performers tonight that this was a paying gig. We always just appreciate the delight in their faces when they find out, oh, hey, there's cash involved. So to all of our performers, we'll ask for your Venmos later. Without further ado, our next comedian is originally from the Los Angeles area. To my understanding, he grew up like somewhere closer to Pasadena.
Yeah.
It is a pleasure to have on our show, Brian Min Trung.
Hey. All right. Thank you for having me, Flower Shop Bangers. Yeah, Daniel and Stuart, thank you very much for having me. So who else is like, are you guys cutting your hair at home? Like I'm cutting my hair at home. You guys, no, or not really? Or I'm cutting my hair at home, right? It's not like, I'm not embarrassed at all that I live with my parents. Yeah, I actually am really embarrassed that I live with my parents. But my dad saw my haircut and he said that I look like Kim Jong-un. Yeah, I look like Kim Jong-un. He said I look like Kim Jong-un. Well, I'm actually just kidding. He wouldn't say that. He said that I would look like Kim Jong-un if I lost weight. Oh, I was like, Dad, I was supposed to be the comedian. You got me so good. That's part of the reason why I'm embarrassed to live with my parents. But I thought, like, you know what? I kind of have to admit that I do look like him. And it's okay for you guys to laugh. And I kind of do look like him. But I'm like more like Kim Jong-un on vacation, right? Like, imagine like Kim Jong-un like water skiing, like. Or like imagine like Kim Jong-un like going down a zip line in the Amazon. Or imagine Kim Jong-un like rappelling off a cliff, right? Yeah. Or imagine like Kim Jong-un like going like cave exploring, spelunking. Oh, how do I get out? But it's like I'm trying to, and like the only thing I'm really missing is like a lounge chair, Mai Tai, and defective missiles. But I want to like. I was thinking like I want to use this look to my advantage, right? What if I were to use me looking like Kim Jong Un to my advantage? So I was thinking like, well, let me. If I were to pick up girls looking like Kim Jong Un, what would I say? I mean, like, hey, I own my own country. People think that I'm God. Yeah. And I don't mind putting out a hit on my own family members. But I'm like recently I matched with a girl on Bumble. Yeah. Woo. Matched with a girl on Bumble. Yeah, thank you. If you don't know what Bumble is, it's like a dating app like Tinder, but women initiate the conversation, right? So I didn't even know this was a thing on Bumble, but the girl that I matched with tried to FaceTime me. And I was like, oh my goodness, what do I do? I got really scared. It's like my picture is already on the profile. Like, why does she want to like see me right now? Plus, this is my catfish profile. I'm kidding. I don't have a catfish profile. I get catfished. But I thought like I got really scared. So I thought the best thing to do was just to ignore the call. And then I decided to just hang up. And I just like unmatched the girl. And I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with women. But like I hear my friends always like complaining about their relationships. Right? I always hear about my friends complaining about the relationships like, well, my girlfriend's trying to change me. My girlfriend's trying to change me. Whenever I hear that, I was like, that sounds pretty good. Like, I need to date somebody to change me. Like, I need to be fixed. Like, somebody fix me, please. But like when I'm like really paying attention to what they're complaining about, it's like, wait a second, like Chad, you should dress better, you know? You should take more showers. You should take off your shoes when you get into bed, right? It actually had some logic to it. Come on, Chad, pick it up. But like, I have all these like rules when I'm in a relationship, right? I have all these rules because I want to be able to be like that perfect partner, you know, that to be able to provide like financially, emotionally, spiritually, like just like the whole entire gambit. And I have all these rules to be in a relationship, but I'm never in one. And I think what I'm really trying to say is I'd make a great marriage counselor. If you need marriage counseling, I'm your guy. Plus, I just want to get paid for whenever my friends complain about their relationships to me. But like, I'm so on this like dating, and I struggle so much with dating, and I'm kind of sick of it, you know, and I just want to like jump to marriage. Like, give me somebody to marry. I just want to marry somebody at this point. It's like, and I was thinking like, you know, being married and dating is like completely different. They're just different expectations, right? When you're dating, you just want to have fun and have a lot of sex, right? But like that doesn't work for marriage, right? For the married people out there. Another thing I want to be married so quickly and like forget all the dating is I want to be a young dad, right? I want to be like a young dad, you know, playing sports with my kids, video games, smoking weed. Does anybody like have a spirit animal? Do you guys have a spirit animal? Do you guys have a spirit animal? If you had one, no, not really. If you had to think one, anybody? No. Well, I have a spirit animal, and my spirit animal is a golden retriever. Yeah, golden retriever. Yeah, because I'm like easily excited. I'm like I'm a people pleaser, you know, and whenever I see a stranger, I jump on them. But recently, I found myself like, have you ever been in like a really silent moment? It's so quiet that you could hear yourself breathe. Yeah. Have you ever had those moments where like it's so quiet you hear yourself breathe? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I see the light. Yeah, like I was in that moment, right, where I could hear myself breathe, and I caught myself wheezing, right? I caught myself wheezing. I was like, oh no, I'm not a golden retriever. I'm a pug. I'm a pug because like I'm always short of breath, like barely hanging on for dear life, and I need help putting on a sweater. So like and I realized like I have so much in common with a pug, and because like pugs like rely on other people to feel sorry for them, to take care of them. Like I kind of do the same thing, right? So like whenever, like when you're cold, you put on a coat, right? So when I'm cold, I just shiver until somebody feels sorry for me and puts a shawl on me and gives me a hug. I'll end with this. So I've come to realize women have a default no, and men could have a default no too. But like when what a default no is like whenever you ask out a woman, they'll automatically say no unless you look like, you know, Chris Hemsworth or Chris Pratt, Chris Pine, Chris Evans, Chris Klein, Chris D'Elia, Chris Harrington. Basically, if your name is Chris. If you don't know who Chris Harrington is, it's actually Jon Snow. You know him as Kit Harington, but his real name is Chris. That's not a joke. That's just a fun fact. And I threw in Chris D'Elia in there for all you underage girls. My name is Brian Trong. Thank you very much, guys.
Woo! Brian Trong, everyone. All right, just a few moments until our special announcement. Thank you so much, Brian. Dan, just another quick check-in on our lovely audience this evening.
Sure. So I thought I would give some shout-outs. One is to Mark Romanowski. He is a fan of the show, and I know he's married to Jordan Romanowski, so maybe they're both watching, or maybe it's just him tonight. I don't know. Maybe usually Jordan's watching, but maybe he decided to watch it by himself tonight. You never know. I also thought I'd give a shout out to like number 2 on our YouTube feed. I don't know who you are, but I really thank you, because more likes means this stream could get promoted by YouTube or whatever, and more people will see it. It'll turn up in search results more often. Every little bit helps. Thank you very much. Back to you, Stuart.
All right, thank you. And now, so I have So Dan and I both have something very special to announce. So some of you may have been to McDonald's recently, and they've been offering these special meals. Like, say, for example, about a month ago, they had the Travis Scott meal, which was like a customized like Big Mac with like fries and a dessert or something like that. And then now McDonald's has the J Balvin meal, which is I guess also a Big Mac. I'm not sure. It's just like a regular Big Mac, but with like a Oreo dessert and fries. So it just so happens that I have a connection at McDonald's. I know someone who works at the corporate office of McDonald's. I've got ties. So for the purposes of this conversation, I'm going to call him Ted. And I asked Ted, I messaged him on Facebook and asked Ted, hey, you know, how did you come up with these special meals for all of these like musicians and celebrities and all of that? And we were kind of discussing about this for a while. And, you know, it's really just a matter of just kind of like who you know. It's really all about connections. If you're really making any impression. And, well, one thing led to another. and I was able to make a a special arrangement. So right now, Dan and I would like to announce that starting tomorrow at McDonald's, they will now be offering. Oh, do I have this correct? Oh, Dan and I will be presenting the.
This is great. We see. What is this next week's lineup? Hey, Kansas City Royals.
Nice. That was crap. I'm fucking up my own bit. Okay, hold on a second. So on behalf of Dan and myself, we are pleased to announce the hopefully this works. The Flower Shop Bangers meal.
Woo!
Yes. So suppose some of you are wondering, like, how did we put this, get this together? How did we put this arrangement? Well, again, it's really about the people that you know, and I happen to know one of the higher ups at McDonald's. Now, here's basically how you get the Flower Shop Bangers meal. The next time you go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, basically go into like the drive-thru, they'll ask for your order, and you'll ask, hey, I'll have the Flower Shop Bangers meal. And then the guy in the drive-thru will say, I'm sorry, could you please repeat that? And then you basically just say, oh, I'll just have a number 2 with a Diet Coke. And yes. And then you'll basically get your number 2 meal with a Diet Coke. It's a quarter pounder, fries, and a Diet Coke. Does it come in a glass cup or like in a glass? No, it'll come in a normal plastic cup. But you will get that number 2 meal just as you would normally make it. No customizations. That is the Flower Shopping meal, and it'll be available at a local McDonald's near you. All right. Hopefully, we're going to get $1 for this one. Without further ado, our next comic is, I want to repeat, not a respected jazz trombonist. Absolutely not. He is an excellent comedian who is originally from St. Louis, Missouri, but presently based in New York. Please welcome Adam Leong.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Stuart. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you for the intro music. I am the least metal looking motherfucker who gets Metallica as his entrance song. Fuck yes. All right, guys. Again, my name is Adam Leong. I am actually the product of an interracial marriage. I am actually half Chinese. And I know I don't look it, but that's kind of the point. You know, I'm actually kind of like Blade the Vampire Hunter. You know, I have all your strengths, none of your weaknesses. I am, in fact, 87 years old. Actually, let's be honest. I'm kind of like the bargain basement version of Keanu Reeves. My father is full-blooded Chinese. My mom is full-blooded Irish who thinks she's Chinese. Guys, we learned very early on that there's no one more Asian than a white woman married into an Asian family. Guys, we'll be driving down the road. Someone cuts my mom off in traffic. All of a sudden, she starts yelling at them in Mandarin. But what comes out of her mouth isn't Mandarin. It's actually Korean. She never realizes it because, well, we never told her. Any Korean person with an earshot is just like, what the hell's going on? But make no mistake, guys. This woman is white. She is she's as pale as a ghost. We actually sat her next to the TV one time just to balance out the color. That's how white she is. But guys, I got to give it to my parents. You know, like I get a lot from my parents. From my dad's side, I get a rich family history that dates back over 5 generations and an ethnic history that dates back over 6,000 years. But on my mom's side, I get white privilege. So it's all about balance, really. Yeah, so I've been living in New York for the past 14 years. It is my home. I love it. And I'm used to everything that New York has to throw at you. You know, I'm used to it. Like crazy people, homeless people, New Jersey. I'm used to it. But there are some things that still kind of drive me nuts. Like I was standing in line at a Walgreens the other day. And as I'm standing there, a woman comes up behind me with a baby carriage. I look inside the baby carriage. 2 little dog heads just pop out of nowhere. Scares the shit out of me. And she's just beaming all over her face. She's like, oh, oh, they're my babies. They're my lovelies. Aren't they beautiful? I'm like, yeah, they look just like you. That one's got your eyes. These things were wearing bonnets too. They look like little gargoyles with hats. I swear to God. And these are her babies. I didn't know the demon dog from Ghostbusters could have kids. Oh my God. You know, here's the thing. I am a dog person. I love dogs. I prefer dogs, honestly. And you know what? My parents just recently adopted a brand new dog, a 1-year-old German Shepherd. Oh, she is a beautiful dog. She's a pretty dog. And since she's 1 year old, she already knows all the commands, you know, sit, stay, fetch, heel, heil, zig, heil, 9. We ask the questions! Because it's German. That's my German accent. Shut up. But you know what? I gotta say, I even though I'm a dog guy, I do like cats. Cats are great, but I always hear crazy stories about cats. And like recently, I was talking to a guy, another comic, and he out of nowhere, he just says, "One time I put a cat in the microwave." I'm like, "You have my attention, sir." He goes, "Yeah, I just put my cat in the microwave. I wanted to see what happens." And I'm like, "What kind of sick motherfucker puts a living animal inside of a microwave just to see what happens?" But then I started to think back to when I was a kid, and my sister and I performed our own little science experiment to see what happens, which was putting our little brother into the dryer and turning it on. Now he was fine. He was fine after we turned it on. Then he wasn't fine. But it's okay. We opened the door. He came out. Now he's gay. So I don't know. Maybe the guy was on to something. I'm in a relationship right now. And I have to admit, I was a little scared to get into a relationship because I've had issues with relationships in the past because 2 girls who I dated, no lie, after we broke up, they came out as gay. I was every Catholic parent's worst nightmare. Your daughter dates me, she votes Democrat for the rest of her life. And honestly, I thought I had a superpower, seriously. But turns out I was just clueless as fucking hell. Like, I don't know what was wrong, man. I thought the relationship was going great. I know everything was going fine. I mean, we just celebrated her birthday. I took her to see her favorite band, the Indigo Girls, you know. We spent the weekend binge watching her favorite show, Orange is the New Black. She had a beautiful name. Her name was Samantha, but for whatever reason, she preferred to be called Butch. I don't know. I thought everything was great. The only red flag was the fact that, you know, sex, you know, it just seemed like she really wasn't into it. Then one night I wake up to her trying to shove a dildo up my ass saying, "How do you like it?" God damn. But no, like the current relationship is going great. Recently my girlfriend has been coming up to me, like recently she's sitting right here. She said to me recently a couple times, like, "Adam, take your time to introduce me to your parents. There's no rush," which I'm starting to think is code for, "Adam, why the fuck have I not met your parents?" But which is fair because I just met her parents, and you know, now I have 2 reasons not to break up with this girl. Because one, she's from Kentucky. They're from Kentucky. And in Kentucky, you not only are you allowed to carry a gun, but you are encouraged to carry a gun in case those damn Yankees decide to come back down there to take away their slaves again. And 2, her mom's a lawyer. And if anybody can get off of a murder rap, it's a lawyer. Your Honor, if you take a look at this chart I have set right back here, I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt why this Yankee motherfucker had it coming. The South will rise again. I love you. I'm expecting daggers to start throwing at me. Oh, Brian, when you said that the girl has a hard no, I looked straight at her. She goes, "You ain't wrong, brother. You ain't wrong." Okay, I'm gonna leave you with this. Okay, so again, I love New York as home, but there's other things that still drive me crazy. One of them is roommates. I had one roommate who moved in, and like not mere seconds after I handed him the keys, he turns to me, he goes, "Adam, we need to have a conversation about you shaving my back." Any lady who's watching, I don't know if you've ever had some random dude ask you to shave his back, and I think we all can agree that's a bold move. Most people just ask you for the Netflix password. Seriously. But ladies, I will say, if some random dude asks you to shave his back, you do not say yes. That is when you check to see if there's a windowless van with the engine running. Honestly, I think the only time it is reasonable to ask someone to shave your back is if the person being asked gets to peg you in the asshole right after it's done. Thank you. Because seriously, your back's already to them. Why not? But guys, seriously, if you need your back shaved, put that shit on Craigslist. That's what it's for. You put that shit on Craigslist, I guarantee you, some lonely dude will be more than happy to come and get it done for you lickety split. He gets to shave your back. He said, jerk off on your back. Everybody's happy. But you know what? I will give it to my roommate. Like he stuck to his guns. He's like, one day, Adam, you will shave my back. I'm like, one day you will get my foot up your ass. That's what's going to fucking happen. All right. My name is Adam Leong. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Stuart. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
All right. Adam Leong. Everyone. Adam Leong. Adam Leong. Okay. Dan, another quick update?
Sure. So I thought I would give some shout outs to some more unknown people on our YouTube stream who have liked the video. Thank you very much. That means that I saw 4 people watching there at one point, and there were 4 likes on it. So everyone who's watching seems to like the show, which is really great. Yeah, I also thought I would just say that if you are enjoying this show, you can follow us on Facebook, like the Flower Shop Bangers, or subscribe to the Daniel Anderson YouTube channel to continue to get it and see updates to it. That's where it will be, and that is the easiest way to stay up to date with this show. Back to you, Stuart.
Thank you, and welcome to Semi-Regular Sundays, where anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
My camera's out of focus again.
It's okay. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world. I mean, I can understand why you might be easily distracted. So I have to say, I'm pretty excited about our McDonald's endorsement deal, Dan.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought that 7.5 years of performing together would lead up to playing a minor yet pivotal role in the obesity epidemic? Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah. I'm looking for those pennies coming our way. Without further ado, our next comic is originally from Sacramento, California. Was recommended by another comic friend of ours. It is a pleasure to have on our show, Melissa McGillicuddy.
Oh, thank you. This is great. Excited to be here. Stuart, Daniel, thanks for having me. Give it up one more time for Adam, my ex-boyfriend. Thank you. Adam, I've been trying to figure out what is going on in your background. Like, did you pause a TV show where a guy's walking through a grocery store?
No. I'm in a hotel room in Boston right now.
And so what is that a picture of, though?
That is a picture of some dude outside of a train, at a train station, doing something. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, so it's okay. It looked like it was a reflection of somebody walking in through a grocery store, and I was trying to figure out what was going on there. That's great. Nothing else. None of the rest of you guys have anything exciting in your backgrounds. What was that other guy's name? Patrick? He left. He looked like he had a bookshelf in his bathroom right next to a shower. So I was trying to figure out that, but he had to take off. So yeah, we've been in this pandemic since March. I'm doing pandemic jokes. And so I still cannot find soap or Clorox wipes or toilet bowl cleaner. And I'm just like, were we not buying this stuff before? Were we just totally disgusting and not buying anything to clean our house or our body? So let's say that's true, right? So let's say we've always just been gross, and then suddenly we decide not to be gross and we buy all the cleaning products ever made. That was 7 months ago. Has no one been making stuff since March? Like, did soft soap shut down and everyone's working at home and they're like, well, we're not making soap anymore? Like, do Clorox wipes just go directly to Donald Trump's house so that he can use them as hemorrhoid suppositories? I went to the store the other day to buy some soap and I couldn't find any. And I was looking in the area where I thought the soap would be. You know, I've been to a grocery store or two in my day. And I know what soap looks like. And so finally I had to ask somebody that worked there where the soap is, and they were like, "Oh, it's right here. You were so close." And so I'm just left with like 7 rows of an unfamiliar brand of soap. Like, it was called America Fresh, and the scent of the soap was mint, and I was like, this is I'm like, mint goes in our mouths, not in our hands. America Fresh, y'all. This show tonight is actually brought to you by America Fresh. My mom likes to do this thing where when she comes over, she brings me something. And I know it sounds cute, but it's not, because it's not anything that I asked for or anything that I want. It's just shit basically that she feels too guilty to throw away. So she brings it to me. And okay, so first of all, like, I don't care. I will throw it away immediately after you leave. Like, I mean, I'm not a monster. I won't throw it away while you're there. But I will throw it away. Secondly, we played this game with grandma when I was growing up. Anything that we didn't want, like, right, like expired food, just some crap you bought at a yard sale, like anything we didn't want, we would take it to my grandma, and then she would be like, "Why are you bringing me this shit?" So I know this game, Mom. Like, don't play me. But she's sneaky about it, right? She's real sneaky about it. So she'll start with something that you do want, right? So she'll be like, "Hey, Melissa, so next time I come over, I have an extra avocado. Do you want it?" And it's like, "Yeah, of course I want it. Avocados are $40. So please, I will take that." But then when she shows up, right, there's all these like bonus features with the avocado. She's like, "Oh, also I brought you these 2 cans of expired beefaroni." And I'm like, "Hold on. Okay, so my mom is a very strict vegetarian and she has no friends." So I'm like, "Where did you get these cans of beefaroni? Like, were these from before you were a vegetarian? Are these 1994 cans of beefaroni?" She's like, "Here's a Hillary 2016 lawn sign and a box of tampons before menopause." And I'm like, "Great, these are all very useful for me." And now I have to like frisk her down like a security guard at a concert. I'm like, "Ma'am, are you trying to bring in this almond milk that you left out overnight, but it's fine? No, we're gonna need you to dump that." So her latest thing is she's been bringing me cloves of garlic. Not a clove, like the whole bulb, like a whole giant bulb of garlic. And I looked at my pantry the other day and I noticed that I had 4 bulbs of garlic. And I was like, does my mom know something that the rest of us don't? Like, is the next phase of this pandemic vampires? Like, y'all hear it here first. Like, garlic is going to be flying off the shelves quicker than toilet paper coming this winter. So make sure you stock up on your garlic. My neighbors had a barbecue recently. So I live in a 4-plex, which is an apartment complex with 4 units. So now we're all caught up on that. And so my neighbors were having a barbecue in our shared driveway, and the other neighbors were there. And then also I saw that the other neighbors were there. So I don't know if anybody's keeping track here, but I was the only neighbor not invited to the barbecue in my shared driveway with my other 3 neighbors. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, you could have extended an invite to the only other neighbor that lived in the 4-plex. Because I tell you what, like, if I had been invited, I would have known not to leave my house that day, and then I wouldn't have awkwardly walked into the middle of a barbecue that I was not invited to. You know, they say look before you leap, this is so true, right? And I did not look, and I leapt my ass right out into the middle of a barbecue that I was not invited to. And you could tell the energy was weird right away, right? They're just like, oh shit, it's the neighbor that we didn't invite. And then they try to be all sweet about it. They're like, hey, how are you? Do you want some chicken? And I'm just like, oh, I was like, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. No, it's fine. It's just like I haven't been eating a lot lately because people haven't been inviting me to things. So like, was it an email? Should I check my spam folder? I just want to make sure I get invited to the next barbecue so I can stay inside for the rest of the day. That's gonna do it for me. Thank you all so much. Give it up for your hosts, Daniel and Stuart. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Melissa McGillicuddy, we do thank you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well out in Sacramento. So Dan, any other updates?
I thought I would just call out that fifth person who gave us our fifth like on YouTube. That was, I guess ask and you shall receive with this one. People seem to be responding to us, just asking for it. Anyway, that's just about all I got. Back to you, Stuart.
Okay. And if you have missed any part of the show so far tonight, we basically archive these shows and place them on our Facebook page. So make sure to check us out. Make sure to like and follow facebook.com/flowershopbangers. Also, just want to take a quick moment to promote our upcoming shows. We do this every Sunday and Wednesday. We have semi-regular Sundays and semi-regular Wednesdays, and it's always at 7 Central. When we come back this Wednesday, October 14th, we're going to have improv from a duo called Did I See You on Tinder? Plus, we'll have stand-up comedy from Summer Austin, Morgan J., and Sarah Snyder. So please make sure to check out that show. Without further ado, our next comedian is based out of New York. And because we've built kind of this big this very expansive, that's the key word I want to use here, expansive network of comedians and people that are generating comedy and musicians and multi-hyphenate talents and so forth. It's always a treat to have something that's unique and different. And, again, because at our core, we are creating a comedy variety show. Please welcome to the stage, Rachael Gold.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Stuart. You guys are so nice. Chicago comedians, this is my first interaction, but so far so good. Very kind people. I can talk about your backgrounds, but I think I'm instead going to kind of reel it in. The song is dedicated to someone who's very special to me. It's a man who's very special to me. I liked the background bit, Melissa. It was positive. Okay. 6 months ago, I had a life I envisioned when I was a teenage girl. I know it's pathetic. I dreamed of becoming a depressed and broke actress in New York City. Now I am living the same life I lived when I was a teenage girl. Mostly in my room, masturbating or watching Queen of Queens with my grandma. One exception is I do these spiritualist home workouts tailored to a 40-year-old divorcee who is currently quarantining in East Hampton. I haven't fucked my boyfriend in a month and a half. I'm deprived, depraved, lonely and sad. But the whole time, there's a special someone getting me through. I want to deep throat Dr. Fauci, just to say, hey, thanks. He can't testify in front of Congress, but I can testify to his testes. He's the man taking care of our nation. He's basically our savior. He's taking care of me right now. I want to reciprocate the favor. I love him. got a cute little voice and a job that says, I grew up in a tough neighborhood and I was the nerd there. He's overcome many bullies before just to put up with one now, all of the time, to save each and every one of our lives. He's tormented, he's a saint, he was born in a barn, he's Jesus, and I'm just saying that I want to give him some praise, because in many cultures you might give praise on your knees. Do you get it? Okay, I want to deep throat Dr. Fauci. It's really the least I can do. He is saving all of our fucking lives, and I can't blow all of the WHO, World Health Organization. I want to deep throat Dr. Fauci, because I am losing all control. His cool, calm, angelic face leaves me up when I've gone astray. But Dr. Fauci, if you ever follow up on this, I'll say, excuse me, I'm a child. Okay, stay away, okay? Thank you. That's my first song, not comedy, very genuine. I also, something that I don't think anyone here knows about me is before I did comedy, I was a song leader at a camp for children. And this was all of the kids, ages 9 to 16. This was their least favorite song, but it was my favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it today. Okay. Some people here have trouble with getting along. Some people here don't like hearing how you make other people feel. There are many ways to hurt people, but there are many ways to repent. Here is a list of ways that are not ways to get over it. Moping through Real Housewives of Pontemax is not helping your relationship. You are not making a sacrifice, nobody cares. Just say no. When your girlfriend tells you to clip your toenails, she is doing it for public health. She is saving you from being a social pariah. Do you get that? Buying a gift does not make up for sexual assault. Well, maybe you should just fucking go to therapy. You work in finance. I know you have insurance. Maybe you should just use your fucking insurance for therapy. One more time, boys and girls. Some people here have trouble with getting along. Men, sorry. Some people here don't like hearing how you make other people feel. There are many ways to hurt people, but there are many ways to repent. Here is a list of ways that are not ways to get over it. Going to a wedding with a girl you hate is not tax-deductible charity. If you think she's annoying, she can tell you do. I knew that, okay? Boundaries aren't meant to hurt your feelings. When your friends draw them, they protect your friendships. Yeah, dumb bitch, and I can say that. Doing the laundry does not make up for sexual assault. Maybe you should just fucking go to therapy and get out of my life, okay? You work in finance. I know you have insurance. You should probably talk about all of the other girls too. Thank you. That was, weird song for a children's camp, but it's very needed for someone there. So I have one last song. This one's more autobiographical. I just want to dedicate it to all of the girls out there who wear Blundstones or Doc Martens. So here we go. I've been with the same guy for 4 years. Sorry, I know it's unpopular to date a man, maybe not in this room, but a lot of is. But still, he seems okay. He's actually quite nice. I like him, and I think he listens to the things I say. But there's a voice looming in the back of my head. He doesn't even leave me on red, but there's something else making me question my relationship. Do I want to get married or am I getting Instagram ads for rings? Am I ready for a lifetime commitment or am I bored and running out of good accounts for memes? Do I want jewelry made from literal blood diamonds or did I absentmindedly send an Instagram ad to my boyfriend? And did my boyfriend message back, baby, are you thinking of this? And did I have to lie and say, that is so great, I love that idea, maybe soon? And did he accidentally tell my grandma we were looking? And did my grandma call her jeweler friend, Mark Silverman? He's bought all the family diamonds for who knows how long. Did my grandma tell my parents at Thanksgiving? And did we end up looking at 30 different rings? Guys, do I want to get married? I seriously cannot tell. Like, does someone hear me tear it? Or maybe you could just send me a BuzzFeed quiz. Or are the companies tracking my hormonal shifts? That is a real thing. They track your hormones based on what products you buy, and they can often tell that you're going to be pregnant before you can. Isn't that wacky? So anyway, could someone please tell me which it, can someone please tell me which it is? Do I want to get married? Or does AI know I'm a third-wave feminist and advertising rings? Because the only reason I will have married is to get a child, because they can see my hormones are changing. I wouldn't know they are, but you know who would? Target. Target's been tracking my hormonal shifts, and that's how they know I'm addicted to face masks, because I have to use a heavier moisturizer now. Do I want you to prove your love to me with a stone, or am I just afraid of dying alone? Okay, thank you so much for having me, Stuart and Daniel. This has been a blast. Thank you to all the other comics. You seem really wonderful, and I hope you have a good night.
Rachael Gold, everyone!
Woo!
Oh, that was lovely. That was great. Thank you so much, Rachel. I hope you're doing well. All right, so one last check-in before we get to our final act of the evening, Dan.
Yeah, so, oh wait, yeah, that's right, there was one. I saw, I don't know if this is just a YouTube name or if it's this guy's actual name, but his name is Thomas Crappin, and he, he commented on our YouTube feed. So thank you for your comment, Thomas. It seems like you are enjoying the show based on the emojis. Yeah, that's it. Back to you, Stuart. Oh, Crapin. Oh, is that your friend, Rachel? Gotcha. Sorry, Thomas. Don't mean to make fun of your last name.
It does happen. Sometimes we have to guess on the pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do mention that we do shows every Sunday and Wednesday, but we do have a theme show coming up. It'll be on Sunday, November 1st, which is the Sunday following Halloween, but also the Sunday before Election Day. This was something that we did at Shakers 2 years ago, and we want to do it again. It is our People's Choice Night. And with this particular show, normally this is basically where we, Dan and I basically cave to the democratic process. This is where the audience makes the decisions that normally Dan and I make as the producers of the show. So that means we'll have a survey set up where you can vote for the running order of the acts that we booked. You can vote for the music for the acts. You can vote for what I'll be wearing for the show. You could vote for what Dan could wear for the show. It's very interactive, and we hope that you get to participate and you actually get to see the show. That's in 3 weeks from now, Sunday, November 1st. And of course, please make sure to tune in every Sunday and Wednesday before, during, and after. Without further ado, our final act of the evening have been performing together for about 7.5 years. They are an improv duo based out of Chicago and have performed in improv festivals in cities as far-flung as Omaha, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, Baltimore, Maryland, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. It is a pleasure to have in our show, Flower Shop Bangers.
There we go. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Flower Shop Bangers. If you look above you, you will see Stuart and Maya's Venmos up there one more time. If you are someone who is at home watching and you want to support the artists that are performing, donate to either of those Venmos, and it will be split. It will be split amongst the performers that you saw tonight.
Everyone's going home with at least $1.30.
Yeah, and with that said, we are the Flower Shop Bangers. We're going to do some improv for you, and we get weird with it.
Ooh.
Oh, you're not that worried. No, don't give me that, man. You know, it's not that bad, really. It's just a stain. It's just a stain. You know what?
It's just a stain. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay,
it's just a stain. Come on. I mean, I guess maybe it's my fault. You know, I brought you to lunch at a diner, and I know you love French fries, and you're gonna dip your French fries in ketchup. You know what?
Yeah, and I get ketchup on this white dress shirt that I just picked up at the dry cleaners.
I know. Sorry for, trying to calm you down before a job interview. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to grab lunch. I mean, seriously, man, you rarely come downtown.
I mean, you're right. I mean, it's a change of scenery. I could use, kind of a morale booster. I mean, I'm grateful that you bought lunch for me. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. I thought it would be a nice gesture, I guess, and now I feel a little bad, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, let me just grab another napkin.
Gosh. I mean, I guess, yeah.
About the size of a nickel. I mean, okay, maybe I shouldn't have had anything that was too sloppy. Maybe that's on me. Probably should have had like a deli sandwich or something.
Something like that. That's easily hand-holdable, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, let me see if I get a little water on it.
Dude, I bet you're going to come out of this interview anyway and nail it.
I'm sure I will. It's
Doug, seriously. How long have you been in finance?
I've been in finance for 15 years, Steve.
I know you've been in finance for 15 years, and how long have you been good at finance?
How long have I been good at finance?
For 15 years. That's the answer, man.
I was going to say
for 15 years. Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. I guess the first 3 years are a little rough on everyone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it was like that fourth year was the first year I was in the black. It's just that's why I felt like I really hit my groove.
Yeah, I gotcha. I know. I mean, for me, being in media production.
Yeah, but at least media production things are consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, consistent? Are you kidding me? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if things will keep changing in media.
I mean, that's true. I mean, but the thing is that you're in demand. I mean, you've got a production reel to die for.
Oh, sure.
It's like, I mean, you've never been out of work for more than 3 weeks, maybe a month.
I built a name for myself. I won't deny that.
I mean, I've been grasping at straws practically all summer.
I know.
Like, I can't even focus on my sandwich right now, just because it's just like I'm afraid it's just gonna get stained even more.
I know. Well, I mean, it is the sandwich with the French fries,
Yeah, I mean, this is a silk tie. I mean, this is a brand new tie. This is the one expensive purchase that I've made in the last 3 months was this silk tie.
I gotcha. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got some JCPenney, man. JCPenney.
Oh.
Do I look like the type of guy who can afford to shop at JCPenney?
Yes, you do, because you're wearing JCPenney.
Okay. I know you're flattering me.
Yeah.
I'm, it's just like it's like I get why you're trying to butter me up and everything. I get it.
I mean, you bought the shirt, so you must be a guy who shops at JCPenney. I'm just throwing it out there.
My eyes are watering.
I mean, whether you look like one or not, if I saw you, lounging around in a white t-shirt and, sweatpants, I might think differently of you.
That's very true. I mean, clothes make the man.
Yeah.
It's like, but hey, we used to be roommates, so it's like, I'm more of a t-shirt, gym shorts guy.
I know. Yes, you are,
Yeah.
But truth be told, every day when you walked into work, you would put on a dress shirt.
Yeah.
I was always kind of surprised. I feel like I'm in that, area of society, working in media production, you almost look down upon for dressing up too much,
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's all about first impressions. That's something that I learned, the very first job interview I had when I was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have to look a certain way. You can't just walk in with like a Grateful Dead T-shirt and Birkenstocks.
Yeah, no. I was interviewing a PA the other day,
Mhm.
and he walked in a Hawaiian shirt.
Well,
I felt like almost disrespected, but almost had respect for him at the same time. Yeah,
Hawaiian shirt.
a Hawaiian shirt. It was,
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't know what to say to it. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I personally have worn a Hawaiian shirt to work on several occasions. Although I wasn't interviewing for a job, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we knew a couple of guys back when we worked in radio.
Oh,
When I
yeah.
when I was an account executive, you were doing audio production.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, what was the guy's name? Terry? He always wore a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, Terry, that guy, you know? Oh, my
Terry.
God. He was a character, too.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to find your eccentrics in radio. I mean, trust me, Steve, I'm glad we're both out of radio. I mean, it's basically minor league talent with major league egos.
I mean, Terry had tinted glasses.
That's right.
Do you remember those? It was so ridiculous. Like, how do you even see in those things, man?
Exactly. And it's like, oh my God, are you like an extra on Hawaii 5-0 or something? Is that what you're aspiring to?
Who knows? I don't know. But regardless, I mean, I'm pretty sure that man never left the 70s.
Oh God, maybe. God. No, I just got to focus on like kind of like, you know, because they're going to ask a bunch of questions. I have to be like mentally prepared for it. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm discombobulating right now.
Sure,
it's like
sure.
everyone in the diner looking at me. I mean, it's like I'm the only guy in this diner wearing a white dress shirt.
Hey, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like less every year. I see about 80% less dress shirts downtown. You know.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's like a lot of companies they've loosened up their dress code. 20 years ago, you had to wear a suit to the office.
I know, but with you know, interviewing for a top job at Charles Schwab.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about the Chuck Schwab, you know.
Yeah, you know, they're a little old school, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the big Schwabby. I mean that's what we financial types call it.
The big Schwabby.
The big Schwabby.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
$100 Chuck. I mean.
How do your old coworkers at Morgan Stanley feel about that? You know.
Well, I mean.
A lot of people make that move, you know. It's kind of
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, for a lot of them, it's the evil empire. But at the same time, it's like sometimes you just have to look out after yourself.
It's true. And I mean, granted, you're probably, you know, interviewing for this job against some of your old coworkers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some of my old Mo Stan coworkers.
Yeah.
We used to call them Mo Stan.
I mean, truth be told, they had like a fairly large layoff at Morgan Stanley, didn't they? You know,
all COVID fatalities.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like no one's really focused on financial planning when you're like in survival mode.
I know. Yeah, I know. They're focused on maybe trying to get legislation passed to help people that need money.
Yep.
That's at least what I would hope they'd be focused on, or maybe protesting the various, you know, causes like, you know, Black Lives Matter or getting Trump out of office, just in general.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. I mean, that'd be very, very nice. Listen, I should probably just kind of keep my eyes on the prize. I'm probably overthinking things. You are absolutely right, Steve. I'm gonna just keep working on my club sandwich and just
oh no.
I forgot to take the toothpick out.
Oh,
okay. Hold on.
Wait, are you bleeding? Are you bleeding?
On the lip, yeah.
Oh, jeez, man. Okay, all right. Here, look. Let's apply some pressure here. You know, take another napkin.
Okay. Thanks.
I don't know. I mean, generally, bleeding before an interview, I've heard it's bad luck in some cultures.
Oh, God damn it. Oh. Okay. So I've got the ketchup on my dress shirt. Luckily, my silk tie is still clean. And okay, let's take a look at my lip now. Am I fine? I mean, it's a little bit of a cut, isn't it? I mean, I could look at my. It's
a bit of a cut, yeah.
And it's too late to reschedule now. I mean, I have to be at $100 Chuck in a half an hour. I mean,
I gotcha. Yeah, you know what? Hey, man, if they can't accept you When you've got a ketchup stain on your shirt and a bloody lip, can they accept you when you are making them several financial deals every day, buying and selling stocks as well as buying shorts and trying to make the market make you money?
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, Noel, could you send us more napkins, please? Thank you. Okay.
Shows how much I know about finance, honestly.
No, I mean it's a pretty accurate description of it. I'm just trying. Okay, just like no, I feel like there's like one more thing that's kind of on top of me. It's like I just need to just take a deep breath. Okay, I think I'm gonna get the rest of this club sandwich to go.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
The nerves really seem to be getting to you.
It really is. It's just like anything that it's like I don't know, I can't even put this into words right now. It just take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
And again, Steve, I really do thank you for buying me lunch. It's like I haven't been able to dine out at all recently. Just
I gotcha.
I've been dipping into savings, and I basically stay home 5 days a week. Like I don't even leave the house for 5 days out of the week. It's like I go out to buy groceries, maybe I'll take like a walk or something like that. I'm afraid this COVID's going to come back, like a lion, like it's just going to keep roaring back. And just like, and again, almost every job I ever had was like 90% commission, 100% commission.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically living from sale to sale.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. You get paid when you make your clients money. That's just kind of how it works. And
pretty much.
Have you thought about maybe a change?
I have. I was thinking a couple of days ago, I figured if none of this works out, I was thinking maybe I'll deliver for Grubhub.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's go from finance to delivering for Grubhub?
Yeah. No, I would actually be driving for Grubhub.
Driving, okay.
Delivery, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not what I want to be doing, but look at 90% of the world. Are they really doing what they want to be doing right now?
No.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've got a mortgage to pay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm married, but at least we don't have kids yet. Right now, we're not even thinking of kids. It was like we started thinking about it before the pandemic. Julia and I decided, no. We're going to hold off until everything settles.
I gotcha.
And even then, I mean, it's like she's had her work hours cut back too. So we're trying to. Okay, how I don't have a mirror or anything. How does my lip look now?
It stopped bleeding.
Okay, it's not like red or anything like that. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to pick at it.
It's a little puffy.
It's a little puffy. Okay. All right. Noel, check please. Could I also get like a container?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay.
I get that you're nervous, but
Yeah, exactly.
And truth be told, what else could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly. I've got to take this by the horns.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I mean, I'm probably thinking about this too much. I just have to just put my best foot forward. Don't think about like something like a ketchup stain the size of a nickel, or the fact that I cut my lip.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got to get to this job interview. I'm going to go in there and say that my name. Oh shit! I just got my drink all over. Okay. Noel, more napkins. I'm sorry. It's not my day.
So I just thought I'd throw this out there. There is still a JCPenney downtown. You could go buy yourself a new shirt. As a matter of fact, here, I'm going to write you a check, and you're going to go buy yourself a new shirt.
Thanks. Well,
there you
now
go.
it's a question whether or not they'll accept checks.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can cash the check later and maybe pay on your card. I don't know. There are options here, but really, I'm just trying to help you out, buddy.
I made the minimum payment on my Amex card last week, so
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get this all straightened out. Thanks.
No problem.
That's our show.
That's our show.
Thank you. Our special thanks to all of our performers tonight, to Rachael Gold and Brian Trong and Melissa McGillicuddy and Adam Leong, and Patrick Hasty, who had to cut out early. We do this every Sunday and Wednesday, and we can't do this without our performers and without our financial support, and above all, our audience. In the meantime, we'll be back on Wednesday with more improv, more comedy, more stand-up, more wackiness, more free product placements for McDonald's. In the meantime, please wash your hands. Please stay 6 feet away from strangers. Please vote. Black Lives Matter. Believe women. Have a good night.